7 days is still an achievement, right? So yesterday was the first time since I started this thing that I just couldn't find anything to film, and I couldn't even get 5 minutes to just talk about something. That's why this video is day 9 instead of day 8, even though I don't think anybody would have noticed anyway. I mean, it started like any other usual day. I filmed about as much as I normally would have. I got my establishing shots, I even got a time lapse. But then came the part where I had to wait for a bus in the middle of nowhere. That meant that I was stuck in one boring location for over 2 hours. And that's where it started to go downhill. I mean, I still tried to get some shots where I knew I shouldn't, or rather couldn't, by just walking in with the camera already rolling and putting it on the counter and just hoping for the best. But then came the final straw. My mic wasn't working. Which means instead of having shots that were maybe out of focus and had bad framing, but with still usable sound, I had shots that sounded like this, and this, and this, and that. So sorry, I guess, to myself, because I'm the only one who watches these. But that was yesterday. Today I spent most of my time trying to justify missing a day yesterday. And what I did come up with is that since it was 7 days, that's a good collective amount of time to take a break and review. And that's exactly what I did. I spent a lot of time looking at my analytics and reading up on YouTube, watching other people's channels, and I even submitted my own channel for peer review. So here's some excerpts from that. First we have this guy. First off, you gotta do something about your banner. There's a lot of text/icons all over the place and it's tough to read. It just feels very cluttered and straining on the eyes. However, I think your icon is nice, thanks. Next, your about section. Give us more about you. You can't just say sometimes I make videos, you should watch them. You gotta give us more. Are these vlogs? Is it slice of life? Is it nature? Is it personal? Is it with friends? Is it about living in a specific place? Travel? What? Give us more. When someone comes to a channel, they'll glance at a banner, then read the about section. If there isn't much to go off of, they'll probably leave and go to watch someone else's channel. Then you have this person who I have no idea what they were trying to say. Yeah, totally. I can give you numbers too. Before I was earning diddly squat, but I worked on a top 5 video for a week and published it. Now I do playthroughs, get way fewer views on each individual video, but YouTube loves regular uploads and I'm earning 30 cents per week on average. Jinx tactics. By the way, I do plan on uploading longer, interesting videos every few weeks. I have no idea what that had to do with anything. And here's a comment I agree with the most. I'd just spend a bit more time to think about the short stories to tell if I were you. The thing is, for example, you have a video about tea, but it's really just you preparing and drinking your tea. Maybe add a bit more to that story. For example, why you drink tea? Why not coffee? I also remarked for your video on hiking that you spend 3/4 of the video inside the car, which is not really what I would call hiking. I would skip the whole car thing and just post shots from the mountain. Yeah, I do have a lot of shots in the car, but I do spend a lot of time in the car. I do spend a lot of time driving around this island. I guess I'll work on that. Now I bring to you a new section called Thoughts from Danny. Hopefully after he sees how bad this is, he'll focus on making better videos.
That's all my hits was in DA. I door all you man. I want come and rush all of all you man. You hear me? I rush in all of all you man. I'm playing